Attention passionate LAS, Vegas Raiders fans, latest news, something big is happening in the AFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Las Vegas Raiders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Las Vegas Raiders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and LAS, Vegas Raiders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been keeping an eye on the Raiders, you know that last season was a bit of a roller coaster. The team struggled offensively, especially on the ground, and that was a huge problem. The Raiders, under offensive coordinator Luke Getsy, just couldn't seem to get their offense clicking the way they wanted. But let me tell you, this offseason has been a game changer. The franchise has made some bold moves, addressing the glaring weaknesses that plagued them last year, and it's creating a lot of buzz among fans and analysts alike. Let's start with the most exciting change, the quarterback position. The Raiders have brought in Geno Smith, a two-time Pro Bowler, someone with a proven track record of leadership and consistency. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, Geno Smith, is he the answer? Well, in context, this is a significant step for Las Vegas. Geno has shown he can lead an offense effectively, especially in the right system, and he's got the talent and experience to be a stabilizing force under center. Remember last season, Geno was fantastic for the Seahawks, throwing for over 300 yards and 30 touchdowns, and he's hungry to prove he's still got what it takes to lead a team deep into the playoffs. But it's not just about the quarterback. The Raiders have made massive improvements on the ground as well. For years, their rushing attack was a major weak point, ranked dead last in the league last season, averaging just 79.8 yards per game. That's embarrassing for a team with aspirations of competing at the highest level. So what did they do? They went out and revamped the entire backfield. This offseason, the Raiders signed veteran running back Raheem Mostert, who led the NFL in rushing touchdowns last year with an impressive total. Mostert, at 31, proved last season that he still has explosive speed and the ability to break off big runs when it counts. He's a home run threat every time he touches the ball, and his experience and leadership are invaluable for this young and somewhat unproven group of runners. Alongside Mostert, the Raiders kept Sincere McCormick, a promising young player who flashed potential last season. McCormick is quick, agile, and has good vision, traits that make him a dangerous weapon in the backfield. He's still young, still developing, but the coaching staff has high hopes that he can contribute significantly this year. And then, of course, there's Ashton Jeanty, a rookie out of Boise State who's been generating a lot of buzz during OTAs. Jeanty is a generational talent, a versatile back with a rare combination of speed, power, and agility. The hype around him isn't just hype, it's rooted in what he's shown so far in practice sessions, and Raiders fans are already dreaming of what he could do on Sundays. Now, I want to pause here for a moment because I know some of you are thinking about the possibility of adding even more veteran firepower. There have been whispers about Nick Chubb, the former Browns star, who was one of the best pure runners in the league just a couple of years ago. Chubb, who was a second-team All-Pro in 2021 with over 500 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns, has been a name floated around as a potential target for the Raiders. But as Vincent Bonsignor from the Las Vegas Review-Journal pointed out recently, that's probably not going to happen. Bonsignor explained that Chubb likely wants a team where he's guaranteed playing time, and with the current roster featuring Jeanty and Mostert as the top two backs, that's not exactly a role he's going to find in Vegas right now. And honestly, that makes sense. Chubb's career has been significantly impacted by injuries, and last season he was limited to just a handful of games due to knee problems. His best days, the ones that made him a household name, are in the past now, and he's probably looking for a team where he can go in, get a fair shot, and contribute without the pressure of being the sole feature back. The Raiders, on the other hand, are betting on their young talent, which is a bold move but one that could pay off big time. They're building a running game around speed, versatility, and youth, which is exactly what you want in today's NFL. But what does all of this really mean for the Raiders and their chances this upcoming season? Well, it's a massive step forward. Last year, they were desperate to find any spark in their rushing game, and it showed in their production. Now, with Mostert's explosiveness, Jeanty's potential, and McCormick's developing skills, the Raiders are looking at a much more dynamic and unpredictable rushing attack. This not only helps take pressure off Geno Smith, but also opens up more options for play-action passes and creative schemes. It's a much-needed upgrade, and fans should be optimistic about what's to come. Of course, there are still questions. Will Jeanty be able to handle the NFL's physicality right away? Can Mostert stay healthy for a full season? How quickly will McCormick develop into a consistent contributor? These are questions that the coaching staff and players are working through during OTAs and training camp. But the signs are promising. The team's offseason moves have shown a clear intent to compete, to be more balanced, and to finally have an offensive identity that can rival the best in the league. And let's not forget the bigger picture. The AFC West is as competitive as ever. The Chiefs are still reigning champions, with Patrick Mahomes leading an explosive offense. The Chargers have added talent and depth, and the Broncos are trying to rebound from a tough year with new coaching and a fresh outlook. For the Raiders, this isn't just about catching up, it's about making a statement. The division is wide open, and if they can capitalize on these offseason improvements, they could very well position themselves as serious contenders not just for the division title, but for a deep playoff run. It's also worth noting that the Raiders' roster is built around a culture of resilience and adaptability. Owner Mark Davis and head coach Josh McDaniels are pushing hard to turn the page from last season's disappointments. They've brought in players who fit their system and who are hungry to prove themselves. The young core, combined with seasoned veterans like Mostert, creates a blend of leadership and youthful energy that could be just what the team needs to elevate their game to the next level. Looking ahead, the preseason and training camp will be crucial in shaping this team's identity. Will Ashton Jeanty be ready for the intensity of the NFL? Will Geno Smith fully integrate into the offense and bring stability at quarterback? Can the offensive line hold up and provide the necessary protection for their new running backs and quarterback? All these questions will be answered in the coming months, but the optimism is real. The Raiders are no longer a team waiting to rebuild. They're a team that's actively reloading, reshaping their roster with purpose and vision. So Raiders fans, what do you think about these offseason moves? Are you excited about the new look offense? Do you believe that Geno Smith can be the leader that takes this team back to the playoffs? And what about that young, electrifying backfield? Are Jeanty and Mostert enough to carry the load? These are the questions on everyone's mind, and it's an exciting time to be a Raiders supporter. The energy around the team is palpable, and the hope for a brighter season is stronger than ever. Remember, the NFL is always changing, and teams that adapt quickly often find success. The Raiders have certainly made that clear this offseason. They're betting on their young talent, on their coaching staff's ability to develop players, and on the resilience that's defined their franchise for decades. Whether they reach the heights of a Super Bowl run or fall just short, one thing is certain: the Las Vegas Raiders are back in the conversation, and their journey is just getting started. And now, Las Vegas Raiders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all this? Are you feeling confident about the upcoming season? Do you think the offensive overhaul will be enough to turn things around? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Raiders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news from the Silver and Black. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this Raiders family growing stronger every day.